Welcome into this week's edition of the Chanticleer Football Update alongside the interim head coach, Jamie Chadwell. My name is Joe Cash, and great to have you along with us, our first edition here in the month of October, Coach. And now that September is behind us, a little bit rough. We got the opening win over UMass, but then 3 straight losses, and an exciting game in the Bayou last Saturday night over at Monroe, Louisiana. We went down to play the Warhawks. It went back and forth. The Chanticleers had a chance to win, but just couldn't quite pull it out and lost 51-43.
It was an exciting game. I guess it'd be great if it turned out the other way, but
Sure.
I thought going in there we had a chance to compete and pull out a win, and I thought our team played extremely hard. They played with great passion, enthusiasm for each other, and we made a lot of plays in the game. We unfortunately had a couple plays that we just needed not to make in certain situations, turnovers and maybe some missed tackles and some things that was able to give them the victory. But we're making a lot of progress in the way that we're trying to do it. We just got to continue to do those little things right.
Certainly you just touched on something that I was going to bring up, and that was effort. Western Illinois, that was certainly, I think, an issue there. I don't think the team played quite as hard as it could for 60 minutes. That certainly wasn't the case the other night. They really battled all the way to the end.
They did, and I think it's all just about your mindset going in and what you're focusing on. We talked a lot about that last week. Hey, what are we going to focus on? And our guys didn't focus on anything but trying to do their best to win that game, and I think it showed. We were down 16 points. They returned to kick. Every time something good happened for us, it looked like something good happened for them right away. And our guys just kept plugging away, and kept fighting. And we had a shot there at the end. We had a couple plays that we could have made there at the last drive that would maybe give us a chance. Just couldn't do them. We're not maybe ready to make those yet. But if we will play with the same effort and enthusiasm going forward, better days are ahead.
Tyler Keene certainly had his best game of the season and best passing game of his career the other night. I mean, he just lit it up. 4 touchdown passes, more than 300 yards through the air. What was the key for him playing so well?
You know what? I think he went in and he didn't start the game. So sometimes when you don't start, you take a little pressure off yourself and you just go in and play and have a little fun. I think he did that a little bit. To Tyler's credit, Tyler didn't get tons of reps the week going into. We gave him the chance and some people trying to get ready there, but he got himself ready, and I thought he played really well. There's a couple there who wish he had it back, and he'll tell you that. But he fought. He gave us a chance to win. He did everything within the ability that the good Lord gave him to try to help us and will us to victory. And I thought it was one. Again, I've had him for 4 games, but just the way he competed. And he walking off that field, I think everybody knew he gave it his all.
You mentioned that he didn't start. Of course, Chance Thrasher got his first college start after he got his first action the week before. Tough break. One play, he battles, he gains 10 yards, picks up a first down, and then something happens to his knee. What's the update on him?
It's a MCL sprain. So depending on the rehab and the recovery, you're looking anywhere from could be as little as 4, could be up to 8 weeks. So hopefully it's 4. We'll plan obviously for 8, and it's tough for him. He's been here 3 years. He's been injured basically 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he put himself in a position to play and contribute, and obviously the first play did well, great run, and we had a sort of a game plan built for him and what he could do, and he gets hurt that first play, so we sort of scrap some of the things that we'd practice and do some things that Tyler could do. But hopefully we'll get Chance back and get him back healthy where he can be a competitive part of our program going forward.
The Chanticleers led 15-10 at the end of the first quarter and were down 24-22 late in the first half. And I thought the key sequence really was right there with 5 minutes to go. We had the ball and then turned it over, kind of what this team is sort of done for a lot of through the first 4 games. We've had some catastrophic turnovers where teams have been able to turn interceptions into points immediately, and we go from 2 down to 9 down into half.
Yeah, just that quick. We have the ball, and we have a good play on. We have a guy open, throws a little high. Tight end gets his hand on it. Not quite. It bounces up. They get a turnover. They get the ball at the 15 or something, and just one of those things where you're trying to be aggressive. You're trying to do some things, and you look back and go, I should have just handed it off. Maybe be second long, but it's one of those deals. It just we don't execute it quite the way we need to. It's a little high, and they get the ball. We got to do a better job of not turning over. Our defense has got to do a better job of holding the field goals. We've unfortunately turned the ball over in the red zone 2 out of the last 3 games. And they've scored touchdowns on every one. And regardless of the situation you put in, defensively, you've got to hold them to a field goal. But we got to do a better job. You're right. We're down 2. Who knows? You go get a good drive there, you might be up right before halftime.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially battling the way we did and the way the game went. But we're still fighting through those things. We're still I don't say we're expecting bad things to happen, but it's almost like somebody's waiting for somebody to take their turn. And that's part of the maturity process, part of having confidence and being confident in what you can do. And one of those things we got to continue to fight through.
And then in the second half, of course, it was a 45-36 game. I think Max Josa had caught the first of his 2 touchdowns there, and you decided to line up and go for 2 at that point instead of, I think, conventional wisdom might say, kick an extra point, cut it to a 1-score game. What was your feeling right there?
Well, we knew we had to go for 2 at some point. Obviously, we discussed that. Hey, when do we want to go for 2? Felt like we had a good play, and our thought process was, hey, let's find out what we need going forward. So if we got the 2-point play, hey, we know we're down 7. Touchdown, extra point ties it. If we didn't get it, then we knew we were going to need a field goal to either win it, regardless, even if we tie it in your thought process and try to drive for it. But, hindsight's 20/20. You look back and say, hey, should we just wait and hopefully score and try to go for 2 at the end, at the end when we score? We wanted to try to be aggressive and let us know what we needed to do to win the game. Were we going to need an extra point, or are we going to have to get a touchdown and a field goal? That was our thought process. Obviously, it worked. Everybody, that was the smartest thing you ever did. It didn't work. So when we scored that touchdown with 5 minutes to go or 4 minutes to go, whatever it was, you don't have the chance to tie it up. So one of those things where, maybe next time I'll probably at least give us more hope. I think the one thing it does take away, it takes away sort of your hope of your offense, knowing, hey, I got to score again. Where if we would have at least went for 2, you have that chance. And so looking back, but we felt good with the call at the time and felt that was the right move to do. And we'll look at it going forward, study it some more, and maybe next time do a little differently.
And then it was a 45-43 game late. You decide to kick off, which I felt like was the right play right there. Still had 2 timeouts in the pocket. You get a stop, you get them off the field, you get the ball back. They picked up a first down, and that was pretty much that was a killer right there.
It was tough.
We got the ball back. It had 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah, we were hoping. Yeah, we went back and forth, and I was like, well, 3 minutes, 2 timeouts. We've stopped them pretty decently. So I was like, hey, let's kick it back. We'll get the ball back with a minute 50, 2 minutes to go. We're solid because we got them down on the 16-yard line. And so I was thinking, hey, this is going to go up, but they get the 1 first down. They're able to bleed the clock. We get it back with 34 seconds left. We actually had a couple plays to maybe get it into field position where we could try a long field goal. Obviously, they made the plays on there, and so it's one of those things where you need the way we're playing, where we are with our program right now. You need every little thing to sort of go right for you to get out with a victory. And we're having 9 things go right, but that 10th thing is just the one that's just setting us back. And we needed to get a stop there on the first on the first down, not let them get that first down, or we needed to not put ourselves in the position to be down 12 in the second half. But we're learning from those things right now, Joe.
ULM wins at 51-43 on Saturday night over Coastal. The Chanticleer is now 1-3 and 0-1 in Sun Belt Conference play. When Jamie and I come back, we'll talk about the players of the game from the game against the Warhawks. We'll do that right after this on the Chanticleer Football Update. Back here on the Chanticleer Football Update, talking about Coastal's loss, 51-43 on Saturday night down at Louisiana Monroe. And, Coach, you had some outstanding players in this game. And I want to start with Malcolm Williams, the junior wideout from nearby Shreveport. What a homecoming for him. 266 yards in receptions. That is a school record. And you think about the kids that have come through this program, Jerome Simpson and Matt Hazel and Bruce Mapp, guys that, have played professional football or still playing or can play. That was just a phenomenal effort.
Yeah, it was one of the best individual games I've seen by a player. I mean, he obviously had the 87-yard run. He outran the whole team there. And then he had he had a wide-open touchdown. Then he had just 2 catches where guys are just all over and he brings them down. He's that type of player, and we've known that. We've been trying to get him involved more in different ways, and it was obviously a coming-out party for him. And what was special about it, being back home, I think he had 70 friends and family there to watch the game. That's
great.
He had an incident prior to the season started where his brother was in an accident, and he lost his nephew in that accident, and so he had on his wrist he was playing for his nephew and playing for his family, and for him to have that type of game, I thought it was just pretty special.
Jure Tolbert, player of the game on the defensive side, he had 4 tackles and was a stalwart in there.
Yeah, I think Jure's been pretty consistent all year for us, but this was probably his best game that he's played as far as one, he really dominated the line of scrimmage from his area, and two, you mentioned those tackles, but he was just really disruptive, especially there when we were rolling their little defense, getting them off the field. He did a great job and has really been coming on, and our expectations are for him to have even more better and better because he's just gotten better each week.
Karan Johnson, Special Teams Player of the Week.
Now, Karan, what makes Karan special is he's obviously playing a lot of defense, but he is on every special team we have. He's, I think, one of maybe 2 people that are on every special team, and he never comes off the field. If you're looking at it, he's always out there doing something and never complains, gives unbelievable effort. I mean, he's really trying to do everything he can to be not only a good football player, but really a great teammate by his effort. And he's probably somebody that could get it every week. He's that valuable.
A couple of other guys I want to talk about, too, while we're talking about players of the game. Kion Tyler had a huge kickoff return the other night, the longest non-scoring play in Coastal history, 88 yards, which set us up for a score. And then I thought Silas Kelly was terrific on defense.
Yeah, we asked Kion why he didn't score. I mean, did he run out of gas there, I guess. But, yeah, I thought that was a huge play. Got us back in the game. I think they were up at 16 at that point, and you get that momentum right back. And Kion obviously has a game-changing ability, and we had struggled. We've been struggling on that kickoff return. We've been having penalties, starting backed up, and that was the first time that we really had broke out and got great field position, and we were able to answer and get the touchdown. I thought that was a huge play in the game as far as momentum. And then Silas is really playing well. Has really stepped up. Shane's been out the last couple of weeks, and Silas is really, his game has improved each week. He's learning each week. He's not perfect. He's making some mistakes, but he's playing hard. He's a great teammate. He's accountable to his teammates, and he just loves playing football and just showing up.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will preview the Georgia State Panthers who come to town on Saturday night. We'll do it right after this. On Saturday night, the Chanticleers host the Panthers of Georgia State. And before we preview this game, which will kick off at 6:30 here at Brooks Stadium, Coach, one question on the Ask the Coach at coastal.edu line. Where's the O-line right now in their development? Where do you feel about them obviously switching to a different style of offense this year? Where are they at?
We're still a work in progress there. We've been rotating some different guys in there as far as because we don't have tons of experience. So we're trying to use and mix and match and guys put them in the best position for them to be able to be successful. I think we've made good progress. We've been able to run the ball pretty much the whole time. We've got to improve our pass protection. I think that's an area that if you said, hey, what do we have to get better at? It's definitely the pass protection wise. They're gelling. We've had, now I think this week will be the first time all year that we've actually had the same starting lineup 2 weeks in a row, whether it's been injuries or something of that nature. And so, that's up front. It's all about the chemistry. It's all about those guys understanding what's going on, and we're a work in progress there. But I do think we've gotten better each week. We're still not where we need to be on that, but Coach Covington does a great job working with those guys, and I think our better days are definitely ahead of us.
Again, if you have a question for the coach that you'd like to ask on the update, you can always email us at askthecoach@coastal.edu. So, Jamie, let's switch gears and talk about Georgia State. They come in this Saturday night, 1-2 on the season, led by first-year head coach Sean Elliott. Give us a preview of this team.
Well, they're definitely going to be well rested. They've in the 4 weeks they've been playing, they've had 2 bye weeks, so their game just got bought out this past week.
Right.
So it's been they're definitely going to be well rested. He's done a great job of bringing energy, enthusiasm. They got a big win last week over Charlotte, shut them out, his first win. I think you're going to see a team that come in with a lot of confidence. Their head coach is confident guy, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to come in with a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger. They play extremely hard. They try to be physical on both sides of the ball. I think it's going to be another good matchup. We have a chance. I think athleticism-wise, talent-wise, depth-wise, we're right there where we need to be to have a chance to win the football game. We got to take care of our issues to be able to do that.
So, sizing up this team, what will be the keys to a Coastal win?
Well, I think for us, offensively, they've done a pretty good job on defense. We cannot turn the football over. We've been doing that. If we'll be able to not turn the ball over but maintain drives, we can't put our defense out there 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. I think we got to definitely do that. And then on defense, they've struggled offensively to put a lot of points on the board. We can't give up a big play. If they're going to score, we got to make them earn it. Make them earn it. Don't let them get a trick play or do something where they have to score in 2 plays. If we'll make them earn it, our drives, I think our defense will be able to get after them and cause some turnovers.
Jamie, best of luck. Time to get a win, and let's get back in that win column.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Joe.
All right, that is interim head coach Jamie Chadwell. Again, this Saturday night's game will kick off at 6:30 here at Brooks Stadium. The Chanticleer Sports Network will go on the air with a tailgate show at 4:30, and then the countdown to kickoff starts at 5:30. All leads up to Coastal Carolina and Georgia State, 6:30 this Saturday night. So for the interim head coach Jamie Chadwell, I'm Joe Cash, and we will see you right back here next time on the Chanticleer Football Update.